I was about to run out of patience. Gauss was the young man in the room with her. Her father. Itzaru, aka Daru. His massively obese body was leaning forward over a computer monitor, and he had a dopey grin on his face. He finally gotten up around 11 AM, gulped down 3 cups of instant ramen, and now was surfing the internet.
リア充メッセピーとパルテノン氏って夫婦だったん？何それ聞いてねえし。つうか、リア充メッセとか名乗ってる本人がリア充じゃん。リアルに嫁いるとか汚い、汚すぎる。ぐぬぬぬぬ、ぼっちの味方だと思ってたのに。こんなん戦争だろ。炎上必至だろ。うおと思ったら、もうアットちゃんもツイポも炎上してた件について。僕としたことが出遅れた。これまでの流れをちゃんとチェックしないと。
父さん。
はい。
That's what Susanna called her father. It is who he was after all. There was nothing else to call him. Susanna was time traveler from the year 2036. 7 years from now, he would become her father.
いい加減にしなよ。一日中ゴロゴロして食べるかネットを見るかゲームをしてるかばっかり。即席麺やお菓子ばかり食べてると体に病変を生じるって警告しても治そうともしない。
In fact, his PC desk was covered with snacks. He cleaned it regularly, but it never seemed to make a difference.
運動だってしろって言ってるのに全然しない。
So I realized she was complaining more than usual, but she had to say it anyway.
そんなんじゃ将来。
And then she realized that Itaru wasn't even listening to her. His eyes were fixed on the computer monitor. He moved his mouse out of sight, but she could still hear him clicking on it.
話を聞きなさい。
Okay. This is just funny as hell. Susanna approached her father from behind and put the hatchback and she's behind him up to his neck. Itaru seemed to think it was a gun. He stuck his hands up. But like this worked. It worked because she told him she survived the Third World War and war and chaos of 2036, and she was ready to draw a gun and pull the trigger whenever she needed to.
すずは、やめてくんないと父さん怒っちゃう。
怒られるのは父さんの方。
はい、すみません。でもさ、僕の秘密の仕事知ってるっしょ？あれが結構忙しいんだよ。僕ぐらいのハッカーになると引く手あまたでさ、食事も適当に済ませざるを得ないっつうか。海外のクライアント相手だと時差もあって昼夜逆転しちゃうっつうか。
未来の父さんもそんなことばっかり言って母さんに叱られてた。100歩譲って睡眠周期は仕方ないとしても、これ以上健康を損ねるような食事は許容範囲外。即刻中止すること。いい？
だけど仕事もそうだけどタイムマシンの研究が大変なんだ。癒しが欲しいんだよね僕。
そうやって言い訳してすぐだらけようとする。甘えてるよ父さん。
Susa was always amazed that her dad managed to survive the future wars. But since the time machine research would affect the future, and eventually Susa's very present here, he couldn't tell him to stop. Even after Okabe stopped going to the Future Gadget Lab, Itzaru kept working on the time machine all by himself. Susan never said a word about it. If she did, it might create a time paradox.
タイムマシンを作るのに未来から来たタイムマシンを精査しちゃダメだからね。
He decided to warn him again.
分かってるよそんなこと。でも時々自信なくなるんだよね。僕本当にタイムマシンなんて作るん？
当然だよ。しっかりして。
はい。
Susa took the hairspray can off his neck.
てっきり銃だと思ったらなんというハッタリ。父さんを騙すなんてひどいよ。
次は本物使うからね。
それマジ勘弁。
Susa put the can of hairspray back on the shelf. I thought something Okabe had left here when he lived in the lab. It was still here, since his owner never came back for it.
漫画とかゲームだとさ、父親を叱る娘ってのはもっとこう燃えるんだけどな。鈴葉、ちょっとさ、もうダメだよパパって言ってみてくんない？できれば甘やかすような口調で。
How about no?
なんでもないでござる。
The dad shrank for Susa's glare. Susa sighed loudly and dropped herself on the sofa. She leaned back against the headrest and stared at the ceiling, then closed her eyes.
どうしたん？
なんでも。
隠しても無駄なのだぜ。鈴葉のなんでもないってのは話を聞いてほしいって意味っしょ。ほら、話してみるといいよ。
Laura sounded very serious. Susa's eyes went wide for a moment, but then she realized.
そのセリフ、この前プレイしてたギャルゲーにあったよね。それでフラグが成立するんだっけ？
She'd been living here for about 3 months. She was starting to learn a little about Akihabara's culture circa 2010.
父さん、間違っても私を落とそうとか思わないでよね。
ねえよ、実の娘にそんなことしないって。
本当かな？未来の父さんはちょっと怪しかった。私が思春期になってからもよく一緒にお風呂入ろうって誘われたな。
That's creepy as hell.
何それ怖い。
私は軍属だったし、父さんはタイムマシンの開発に追われてたからいつも一緒にいられるわけじゃなかったけど、とにかくベタベタしてきたよ。鬱陶しいくらいにね。
Her dad looked honestly depressed, and she realized that she'd gone too far.
父さんはさ、いつも私に言ってくれてたよ。ここは最低最悪の世界線だけど、私が誕生したことだけは最高だって。私、未来の父さんを失望させたくないんだ。だから絶対にオカリンおじさんを説得しなきゃ。
大丈夫。失望したりしないって絶対に。
そうかな。
うん。
けどね、おじさんはどうしても話を聞いてくれないよ。このままじゃおじさんは過去へ行かない。マキセ・クリスを救出しない。シュタインズゲートにも到達しない。
Steins Gate. That was the name of the mysterious hotline her dad had told her about in 2046. And World War III might not occur. Leading Okabe to that hotline was her mission. But right now, it wasn't going well. It had come to 2010, and just like the mission had called for, she succeeded in sending Okabe to July 28th. But then, he'd failed, and he wasn't going to try again. Every time they met, she tried to convince him, but who knew if her words were having any effect?
結局、第三次世界大戦に世界線は収束して、大勢の人たちが殺戮される。それを変えるために私は来たのに、何もできない運命なのかな。
She had something else she had to do in Akihabara in December 2010 besides convincing Okabe. And meant she was running around every day. The exhaustion was starting to take its toll on her. During the war, she'd been able to keep herself sharp at all times, and this level of exhaustion wouldn't have meant anything. The relaxed atmosphere in 2010 was actually making her realize how tired she was. I was feeling very sleepy right now, actually. She was surprised at how willing she was to fall asleep in such an undefended position. She didn't think she could beat the temptation. And then suddenly, she felt something very cold on the back of her neck. She snapped awake in an instant. Her movements after that were lightning quick. She jumped up and slid behind the massive body in front of her, which obviously belonged to Itaru, then grabbed his arms and twisted it as he dropped into the floor. She went to throw a gun at her hip, and her hand swiped through empty air. And then, she came back to reality. The gun was hidden, she wasn't carrying it. This was in 2036.
いてててててて
Two cans of Dr. P clattered to the floor. That must have been what he'd put on her neck.
何するの父さん。
さっきのお返しだお。
ぼーっとしてたから危うく殺しちゃうとこだったよ。そういう訓練受けてきたんだからシャレじゃ済まないんだって。
わかったから話してくだされ。言いたいでござるの巻。
まったくもう。
She let her father go.
いてててて。
Peter ripped his arm and stood up, then grabbed the cans of Dr. B off the floor. He offered one to Suzua.
つかさ、諦めんの早すぎだろう。もうちょっと頑張ってみるのだぜ。多分オカリンは疲れて眠ってるだけだから、今みたいに冷たい毒ペでも首筋に当ててやれば飛び起きるんじゃね？なんせほら、あのオカリンだし。
He realized her dad was trying to cheer her up and all that. Then she heard footsteps coming up the stairs and some slight off-key humming. Their eyes met. Just the sound was enough to tell them who it was.
隠れろ、鈴葉。
オキドキ。
Susan moved fast. Maybe even faster than when she knocked her father to the ground. She quickly and silently jumped behind the curtain that separated the lab's development room from the rest of it. Just as she hid beneath the desk, there was a knock at the door. Susan knew that voice, of course. Is it Yuki? It was her mom. She could tell from the noise he was making that her dad was panicking. There was another knock.
Hi, 今出る.
Itaru went to open the door. Susan took another deep breath and concentrated her mind. She remembered the time she spent 3 days and 3 nights on the battlefield with no food, nothing to drink, constantly aiming her rifle at the target. She erased any trace of her presence that could give her away. Her breathing started to become shallow. Dad, don't screw this up, okay?
天主、今日はまゆしと待ち合わせ?
Itaru came back into the room with the girl.
はい、お料理の特訓をすることになっているんですけど。
You could hear plastic bags rustling. You must have brought the ingredients.
まゆし来てないんだよね。
そうですか。ちょっと来るの早かったかな。
Just as name Amani suggested, she was Susan's mother in the future. In other words, the two of them in one room were supposed to get married.
まあ約束があるならそのうち来るんじゃないかな。
待っていてもいいですか？
もちろん。ここで料理もするんでしょ。
はい、橋田さんもぜひ味見してくださいね。
まゆしのはあんまり食べたくないよ。
大丈夫ですよ。まゆりちゃんすごく上達してるんですから。
へへえ。
Itaru was clearly nervous. As far as Susan knew, the only girl who acted that way around was Yuki. Susan and Mari were practically family, so he got along fine with Princess Rumi. There's Nyan, who worked at the maid cafe next door. But it wasn't that he didn't know how to act around girls, but for some reason, he always acted differently when she was around. He told him that Yuki would be his wife someday. It's too late to do anything about it now, but maybe that was a mistake, she thought. Yeah, I think so. That might screw things up.
今日は妹さんはお留守ですか？
え、あ、うん。
そうですか。
Itaru's sister was none other than Suzuha herself. Around the same time, Suzuha started spending all her time in the lab. Yuki had become friends with Mari and Itaru and began visiting more frequently, which meant that avoiding her was almost impossible. So she was forced to tell Yuki that she was Itaru's little sister. But still, she wanted to keep contact to a minimum in order to keep Yuki from finding out somehow. This was why she was hiding.
そうそう。どうですこの服。この前買ったんですけど。
Yuki showed no signs of noticing Suzuha, just swirling around in the center of the room, as if she was at a fashion show. Yuki was a cosplayer and wanted as many people as possible to see her dressed up. Mari had told Suzuha that once before. In fact, Yuki and Mari spent a lot of time complimenting each other's outfits.
うん、いいよ。すごくいい。
本当ですか？
うわー、天使来たこれって感じ。
ありがとうございます。橋田さんもおしゃれしましょうよ。ちょっとだけ痩せれば結構素敵だと思うな。
はははは。
私本気ですよ。
おう。
Ishida, Itsuru, Amine, Yuki. As she listened to the awkward conversation, Susan remembered the last time she said goodbye to her dad. We're actually getting flashforward flashbacks?
父さん、治安部隊が万世橋まで来てる。
ということは、ここが発見されるのも時間の問題かな。あらかじめ流しておいた偽の情報も効果なかったか。
急ごう。
おう、開けるぞ。
すごい。こんなところに扉があったなんて。これなら誰にも見つからないね。
さあ、中へ。
ここって。
The room was almost totally empty and covered from top to bottom in soundproofing materials. CG though, look at this. I guess that rule will never change. There's a little girl there. I saw her in the opening of the visual novel, but not only were there no windows, there wasn't even a door to the hallway. The building they were in was once a symbol of old Akihabara. Before it was almost entirely destroyed by an air raid during the last days of the Third World War. Only a few people knew about the secret room inside it. The biggest reason was the secret. Silhouette of what looked like a satellite sitting in the corner.
これタイムマシンだよね。これがタイムマシン。カガリ、危ないからあんまり近づくな。
This man spoke to the little girl clutching Mari's hand. Most of the children in this area had skin inflammation somewhere on their body from all the radioactive rain, but she didn't. Her name was China. Mari's daughter? The registration form said she was 10 years old, but no one knew if it was true. She was an orphan who had lost her parents in the Tokyo air raids when she was a baby. Nobody even knew her birthday. The name Kagari has been given to her by Mayuri, who was working at the child welfare center that had taken her in. Took it from the word Kagari, meaning bonfire, in hope that she would be a light even in these dark days. It has been 4 years since Maria had adopted her, and her name on the registration form had become Kagari China.
綺麗だね、ママ。
That's so cute.
So, ね。
Susan motioned for the Chinas to get a step back and put the right hand and right arm to the time machine sensor. The biometrics check cleared and the hatch slid open. She went inside and fastened herself into the seat.
これほど長時間の有人ジャンプは初めてだが、技術的には全く問題ない。これまでのテストジャンプ通りやればいいからな。
オーキードーキー。
Susan began to flip switches, working her way through the silent procedure. She practiced this hundreds of times in preparation for this day. The faint rumble of the machine began to get louder.
データによれば、昔のラジカンはちょうどこの場所が屋上になってる。ただし、高さが1メートルほどずれてるからな。 着地するときに衝撃があると思う。
了解。
The time machine could move through time but not space. To arrive at the radio building more than 60 years in the past, you needed to launch from right here.
トラブルが起きても冷静にな。トレーニングを思い出せばいい。
大丈夫だよ。私は父さんのマシンを信じてるから。
The words must have meant a lot to him because he struck out his lips towards her. She squished him back with her hand.
気持ち悪い。
悲しいな。鈴葉は父さんが嫌いかい？
父さんがやるとなんか下心があるみたいだから。
いくらなんでも娘相手に下心なんてねえよ。
最近母さんに似てきたハスハスとか言ってたのはどこの誰？
Grandmother wasn't here. She's become a victim of the war, brutally killed by the peacekeeping squads.
冗談を真に受けないでくれたまえ。
Peacekeeping squads, that sounds really ominous. Almost like some form of 1984 stuff.
なんだ、冗談だったの？
Susan's voice suddenly sounded kind of disappointed. She set the destination for August 13th, 1975. First mission was there.
これでよし。それじゃあ父さん、マユ姉さん。
He was about to say her goodbyes, but then...
屋上からだ。突入してくるぞ。
くそ、思ったより早い。
Susan drew a gun from her holster. She was about to get out of the time machine, but her dad stopped her.
ダメだ。さっさと止め。
でも父さんたちが。
俺たちのことはいい。早く行け、鈴葉。
そんな、だって
マヤシ、かがりちゃんを。このマシンにはもう一人乗れる。
Mayuri and Susan's father picked up the stunt Kagari and stuffed her into the time machine.
すずちゃん、かがりをお願い。わかった。
Susan's mission succeeded. The world line would be rebuilt, and it was likely that the present Kagari would cease to exist. It might have been pointless to send her, but even so, a mother wants her child to live. That's how Susan's mom was too.
ママ。
Kagari finally seemed to understand what was going on. She called out to her mom.
やだよ。いや。大丈夫だよ。かがりちゃん。すずちゃんが一緒だからね。ダメ、ママも一緒じゃなきゃダメ。過去へ行けば昔のママがいるよ。今よりずーっと若くて、かがりちゃんびっくりするだろうな。
Maria handed Kagari a tiny keychain. It looked old. It might have been a brightly colored green once, but now it was completely faded. Is it the Upa?
ママがずっと大切にしてきたウーパのキーホルダーだよ。かがりちゃんにあげる。大事にしてね。
I knew it. Since it was the plastic Upa she got since Ocarine snatched the metal Upa. Jeez, this is intense. I never expected flashbacks, or must I say flashforwards, to this time. Once it was pressed firmly into Kagari's hand, she stepped back. Mary was smiling but weeping at the same time.
いや、行きたくない。ママと一緒にいる。
Why does Kagari remind me of Carissa so much? Same kind of eyes, same hair.
ダメ。カガリ、おとなしくしてなさい。
Kagari fell silent immediately. If Susa had never heard Mari use that tone of voice, that's how harshly she scolded her daughter.
Mama.
Kagari was quietly weeping and moving.
閉めるぞ。
This time, the hatch really did begin to close. The inside of the machine and the outside of it. The two worlds were about to be completely cut off from each other. Whether Susa's mission was successful or not, he would probably never see any of them again.
すずちゃん、本当にカガリをお願いね。あと、オカリンに伝えて。シュタインズゲートは必ずあるって。
絶対に諦めるな、大バカ野郎ってな。
オキドキ。
And then the door was sealed shut and Mari's voice was disappeared along with the chaos outside. I feel so bad right now. Because due to these flashbacks, we see how important it is for Ogre not to give up, and that's exactly what he did. He gave up.
父さん、大好き。
She whispered towards the door, now sealed shut.
行くよ、カガリ。過去へ。
He booted up the time machine